Hello there. As someone asked me for a recipe of the sandwich bread, I made this quick video for people who wants to try my recipe. There are a ton of good recipes out there, but I modified this recipe to my liking, and I hope you would like it as well. First and foremost, I highly recommend you to get a kitchen scale if you want to start baking. You can easily get a decent scale for about $10 to $15 at Amazon or elsewhere. And here we go. I'm adding 205 grams of milk. $30 grams of unsalted butter, but it's not a big deal if you go over or under a few grams, so don't sweat if you do. If you only have the unsalted butter, you may skip the salt. Then you microwave the milk and butter for about a minute and pour them into the pan. Add 1 gram of salt or less. Drop an egg. Add 350 grams of bread flour. Add 60 grams of sugar or any sugar alternatives. You can add more or less depending on your preference. Add 20 grams of dry milk or any kind of powder milk is good. And finally, make a room for the yeast and add 1 packet of yeast and then cover them up. It's kind of like burying the yeast. And you are done. I would add a timer for myself to remind me to take out the pan before 20 minutes of its finishing time because I prefer softer crust. Big reminder, don't forget to set 1 pound and lightest crust option, otherwise it'll give you a different result. Here is the full list of the recipe. I'm taking the bread out of the machine 17 minutes before its finish time. It's nice golden brown, just the way I prefer. This recipe makes a similar sandwich bread as you would find them at the Korean bakeries. It is soft and fluffy, slightly on the sweeter note. Results can vary depending on your ingredients. I wouldn't take them out early if it doesn't look brown enough, as you can see in my video. A lot of times when the bread doesn't come out as fluffy as it should be, the problem would be your yeast or the placement of your yeast. In case you're curious if your bread will come out good, you can check around 3 hours 16-minute mark to see if the dough looks okay. This is a good example of a successful dough. If your dough looks too sticky, you added too much liquid. I hope you find this video useful, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them for you. Thank you for watching and happy baking!